Today is the day we're finally going to do it. I'm going to cut my hair. It's really not that exciting, but I thought I'd show you guys how I do it. First thing I did was brush my hair really thoroughly. Just going through again real quick and making sure I got all the knots out. And then I'm going to take a hairband. I'm actually just going to use this really fluffy one from Kitsch. And I'm going to pull my hair up onto the top of my head right at the crown. And the further I move it up, the more layers I have. The further I have it back, the less layers I have. And I don't want a ton of layers today, so I think I'm going to do it more back towards the crown. So I'm going to flip my head over and do that. Okay. Try to get as much of the lumps or anything out that you can. And then we're simply going to flip the hair over, this. Make sure it's coming from the center. And I have professional hair shears because I do cut my hair and my kids' hair, so I spent the investment in buying a nice pair of professional shears. They're probably not the fanciest shears, but they're of professional quality. Okay, and we're just gonna go in. Voila. Okay, now we're gonna go in with point cuts. Build a little texture, help, and like if it doesn't look perfectly even, this will help with that. So it looks a little bit more worn, not fresh cut, not so even, perfect, straight. We're not going for a blunt cut here. So we're gonna do some point cuts in. My cat is attacking my bait. Make sure there's no extra little hairs hanging down that you don't want. Okay, beautiful. And then we're going to flip it back and take it out. Now I'm trying to decide if I want bangs or not. Kind of feeling bangs lately. I'm not sure yet. What do you all think? Should I do bangs? Yeah, let's scoot you back so you can get a full review. Got some pretty layers in there now. I see the layers. Still quite long. Let me know. Should we do bangs next time? I think I'm just gonna stop here today, and then we might do the bangs another time. But that was it. That's all I do. That's how I cut my hair. I'll go back in throughout the week if I see anything that I need to adjust, and I'll just take my scissors and adjust it. But right now it's looking really good. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I just washed my brushes last night. Well, I washed half my brushes. I mostly just washed my eye brushes because I basically had no clean eye brushes and I didn't want to wash all my brushes last night. Anyway, so this is about half of my brushes. I did wash a couple face brushes, and I'll wash the rest of my face brushes hopefully later this week. But I'm going to go ahead and put these back, go through and make sure they got all clean and that they're shaped properly. And I think that's about it. Yeah, so let's go ahead, let's go through them real quick. All right, so that's everything. I got my cream brushes here, my powders here, my eye brushes here. Try to keep the bigger ones in the back and the shorter ones in the front so I can, you know, find my brushes. It really just helps me to take a minute to just pre-organize it a little bit like that. And then this one's still a little wet, so I'm going to set this one aside and let it dry a little bit more. These are my traveler brushes. Plus, I was trying to decide if I'm going to keep this one out or not, but I think I'm going to. And then I'm going to put my... Oh! All right, well, that was exciting. I threw you on the ground. I apologize. What I was saying is these are my travel brushes, so I'm going to go ahead and put these away. I don't need to keep these out. I'm going to set this aside on to my vanity, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a couple makeup projects that I've been meaning to do. I'm going to repress that Essence blush, and yeah, we're going to do a couple of things like that. So I'm going to grab that kind of stuff and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Got my little mixing bowl here for my blush. I know it's a little tarnished. I'm not going to deal with that today, so it's just going to be what it is. It's fine. It's clean. It's just a little tarnish. This is the Essence Blush Crush in Caramel Latte, and it came this way because it was from Ulta, and Ulta just, their shipping is abysmal. I'm going to go ahead and try to repress this. I generally don't like repressing products because the way a product is pressed affects its quality, the way it picks up on the brush, the way it lays down on your cheeks, all that stuff. And I just would rather not repress stuff because it generally doesn't work out. But I'm going to attempt it with this one since it came this way, and also it's a fairly cheap blush and it wasn't worth returning and going through the headache. Like literally, I didn't even have to scoop much out. So I'm going to take my depotting tool here and I'm going to scrape the rest of this out as much as I can. That's interesting that it's a flat pan. It doesn't have any like texture on the bottom. I feel like a lot of pans have like rings or crosshatch pattern to hold it in. Maybe that's only with the baked ones. I'll go ahead and crush this up as much as we can. I have a I have a pestle and mortar and pestle. However, I can't think right now which way that's said, but you know what I'm talking about. But it's unfinished. Like when I do herbs and stuff in my mortar and pestles, they leave like stains, like the turmeric and stuff leaves stains in it. And I have a whole set, so I could make one for just makeup, but like I said, I don't repress stuff often enough to do that. So this is my face mask mixing bowl. I'm gonna get a little rubbing alcohol. And I only have 70%. I know a higher percentage is better because it evaporates quicker, but this is what I have, and I'm not gonna go buy something for it. I'm gonna start just one cupful. I'm not sure if that'll be enough, but I think it might be. Okay, I think so. That's perfect. Okay. And then I have this little depotting, or not depotting, this is for like getting the last bits of lotion or something out of a bottle. I don't know what kind of tool you would call that, but anyways, I'm going to use that, a spatula, I suppose a makeup spatula or cosmetic spatula. I'm going to use that to scoop this back out into there. I just want to make sure it's really smooth first, that there's no chunks in it. I think I've got a nice smooth texture now. We're going to go ahead and scoop it back in here. Get as much of the product as we can. Oh, I just splattered that. See, and that's why I got this towel down. I am the klutziest person in the world. And I'm not just saying that. It's actually my title. The klutziest person. You can ask my friends, they'll tell you. I don't like how that worked for this. It's like just sticking to it. Sorry about my shakiness. It's just the way I am. It's my nerves. They're shot. They have been for a very long time. I think that's good enough. I'm not going to try to get every little ounce of product. Listen, I am all about like being eco-conscious and stuff, but I'm not going to lose my sanity over it. It's a tiny bit, okay? We're going to leave that. I'm not going to deal with it. And we're going to get this pressed before it dries. Smooth it out. I'm going to let this sit and evaporate for a minute, and then, because I did end up putting, I think, a little too much alcohol in there. I should have added it more gradually. And then we'll be able to press it better. So while this is sitting, ooh, look how goopy that is. I do have you in frame, right? Okay, look how goopy that is. Okay. Can you tell I'm not an expert at this, but I'm trying. We try our best, right? That's what we do. That's what I do. Okay. We'll make that prettier in a minute. I'll give that a second. While that's sitting, I wanted to take these oil sachets I found in my samples I had gotten over the last year or two. I've been going through and using them lately, trying to use up all the products, and I thought, why not add those oils in here to this Leilani oil that I find to be a little bit strong in scent. The fragrance is natural from the ingredients. It's not added, but it's pretty strong for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just open these. And I've used this orchid oil before. I really like this, and I think it will pair well with this Leilani one. And this is just a marula face oil, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this as well. This is literally just marula oil. There's nothing else, so I think it will mix well with this. Go ahead and open this up. I love Herbivores oils. If I could afford to use them all the time, I would. They're just quite expensive. Nice little Christmas present or luxury treat for me when I do get them, but yeah. They really are worth the extra price, though, I have to say. I can tell a difference between their oils and, like, say, Pacifica's oils, because Pacifica has some decent oils, too, for a good price, and I don't mind buying their oils for their like everyday use, but yeah, I really feel like the Herbivore ones are top notch. I'm gonna smell this first, this Drunk Elephant one. Ooh, okay, just smells like marula oil. I'm just gonna pour that in there. I mean, obviously there's not a ton of oil in these, but these are good quality oils, and I didn't want them to get wasted, and I thought this would just be a good way to use them up. So now we've got those depotted into there. I spilled a little on the outside, but that's okay. I'll just rub it into my hands for a little moisture. And that is done. Perfect. That only took a minute. Just rub it into my hands there. And now just shake it up a little and we're good to go. Fantastic. I love that. And then we can put these in my empties. The last thing I wanted to try to do was depot this Hue Glow that's like gotten all sticky. I don't know if you can see there's like cat hair and everything stuck to it because the packaging has gotten sticky. I want to try to depot this into the bigger one that doesn't seem to have that issue. But I'm not sure if these caps come off or not. So I wanted to see if I could get the caps popped off. I don't want to ruin the product. Maybe I should try the little one first, since I know I want to keep the big one. That way if I F up the little one, it's not a big deal. I was going to try to use this, but now I wonder if I should try to use tweezers. I think tweezers might be a better idea. Let's try these medical tweezers I have sitting right here. If not, I'll go get my makeup. Oh, it worked. Oh, that was so easy. That was, whoa, way easier than I thought it was going to be. Cool. Yay. Okay. So happy right now. And then I'm going to open this one. Hopefully it's just as easy. I'm not in frame, I'm sorry. I'm recording, right? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, oh my gosh, did you see that? I didn't even use the tweezers. I just tipped it and it popped right off. Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do is squeeze as much out. Oh, look, it fits perfectly inside the other one. So I can just leave this upside down for a little bit and let it drain in there. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set this back aside. You can't see it. Oh, can you? You can kind of see it. I'm set it over there, and then let that drain for a while. We'll come back to that. I'll show you that later, even if it's a couple hours, because it might take a while for that product to slide all the way down since it's fairly thick. Okay, yay! I'm so excited. This is going so well. I imagined that this was going to go so much worse than it has. The only thing is I put too much alcohol in this. So let's see if I can rectify this situation here. Let me go get a tissue to press this with. And I think my Leilani oil, no, it's a little too big or small. Let me see if I can find a container the right size to press. What about this barrier oil? Ooh, that's perfect. And this is nice and heavy glass too. Okay, we're gonna use this. Let's see if we can spread this a little prettier first. Did you guys hear that they're discontinuing the Essence baked blushes? I'm so sad. I have the two I wanted, so I'm not going to go out and buy anymore, but I'm so sad that they're discontinuing them. I don't know if they're going to discontinue these blush crushes. I like these too, but again, I have the colors I wanted in these, so I mean, I guess it wouldn't affect me if they discontinue it, but this is disappointing. All right, let's try pressing this and hope it's not too soupy. I feel like I want to give it another minute. It just feels a little too soupy, and I'm afraid it's going to just like all squish out if I go to press it right now. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to wash this stuff, and I will be right back to check in with you guys. Let's go ahead and give this a press. I don't want to press it too loosely, but I don't want to press it too hard, so I'm just going in lightly to start. Let's see how she looks. Okay, it's not terrible. Just think I can flatten it out a little bit more. That might have been a bad call. Okay, let's see if I can press it one more time. I feel like the weight of this glass on its own is just enough. Doesn't even really need me to press very hard. And then I'm going to leave this, clean up the container. I'm going to leave the lip tinted to keep dripping down. Most of it came out already, but there's still stuff stuck to the side. So I'm going to see how much I can get to come down out of it before giving up on it. And I'll come back this evening. I mean, it's already evening, it's almost dinner time, but I mean like bedtime. I'm going to come back and check in with you guys on the dried powder and the live tinted, I guess, depotting. I'm back real quick to finish up and show you the stuff that we repaired or depotted. This is actually a couple days later because I ended up letting this sit a little longer because it was moving quite slow. There's still a little bit in there, and I might use that up tomorrow. But for the most part, it all is in here now. It's really full in here. It was down to like here. So that I feel like we saved quite a bit this way. I'm going to go ahead and put the cap back on here. Making sure I have the right one. Yes. Okay. Right? Is that right? Or did I just put the wrong? Oh yeah, okay. That was right. Sorry, I was doubting myself. All right, so I might finish this off tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it upside down. And then I'm just gonna wipe off the end of this. Excuse the messy towel. I was using it while I was doing my makeup yesterday. So it's like super dirty. Oh, I hope this stays on now. Oh, is that popped in all the way? Okay. I just think I didn't have it popped in all the way. There we go. Make sure you get that flush in there. Okay, cool. I'm excited. to have that fixed. I'm gonna clean the outside of this to make sure it doesn't get all sticky on the outside. And then this is the Essence Blush Crush in Caramel Latte that we repressed, and it's not the prettiest thing ever, but it works pretty well. I tried it out yesterday when I was doing my makeup, and I like it. I'm glad that I took the time to repress it. It's really glowy without having any actual shimmer particles in it, and it's just a light, natural flush. I really am looking forward to getting to use this more. All right, that was it. I will see you in the next video. Until next time, everyone. Peace.